Guys, I'm so cozy today. I'm real comfy. Okay, maybe I should cover myself because I do feel that my nippies are kind of out. But who's really looking? Welcome back to the channel. It's Deirdre Monet Lambright, and I'm back so we can get deep. Today, we're talking about becoming the version of you that you've been trying to become for so long. And I want to talk about manifestation and the complexity that it can be, or maybe, or how manifestation can be misconstrued in so many different ways, at least from my perspective and what I used to think it was and what I've found it to be. So let's start y'all off with a quote. We cannot become who we need to be by remaining what we are. Thank you, Max Dupree. So yes, let's be honest about manifestation. I think it is not always as simple as people say it to be. Let's start off with the fact of our subconscious thoughts. We have conscious thoughts and subconscious stuff, but the subconscious stuff, there's like a percentage about how much that affects our daily choices and actions. I'll put it up when I find it, but know that those run your life a lot more than what you're consciously thinking. So that's what we have to work to change. And knowing that our environment that we grew up in is inherently linked to the subconscious thoughts that we have means that whatever was put in your mind, whatever was put in your ear as a child, if it's not something that you want to believe now, you have to do the work to unlearn that. Even now, like everything that we consume on a daily basis, and I've been trying myself because it's hard. Like I love some things that are not good for me, and I think we all do, but knowing that like our spiritual abilities are highly subdued by the things we consume physically, like eating, drinking, watching, listening, like it all affects us. So mindset work and your daily thoughts are huge. This is why I feel like I've started to listen to affirmations and subliminals to try to change that. Because here we go. Every manifestation starts with a thought. Thoughts lead to actions. Action leads to manifestation. It's like I've tried to figure out how I can both listen to music I like and understand that a lot of that can negatively affect you. I mean, how many mainstream like artists do we know that have shitty ass music? They've even said it that what are they talking about these days? There's some good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that's specifically put in the media. You guys like we can't sit here and act like music doesn't affect us. Music is so popular, it really touches our soul. So to think that what the words that are being said in the song or the frequencies that are being played don't affect you. One of the things that I have done is started to make a playlist that's like good love, good life, good vibes. Because I love myself some sad girl music, but I'm not trying to be sad all the time. So I need my uplifting music as well. Like the sad music can help me feel my feelings and emotions, but at the same time, I also want to listen to stuff that's I'm going to be able to relate to in my future. Like if I want like good, healthy love, I don't always want to be listening to toxic ass music. You know what I mean? So along with that, I also like have started listening to frequencies. What I'll make my focus music, or I'll listen to lo-fi music that's like 432 frequency, or is it 588 or 5 something, which is like love frequency. It's like there have been tests and studies done on how those frequencies affect the water, like water molecules, and how they coexist harmonically or they don't, based on the frequency. We are 75% water. How do you think frequencies affect us? I'm just saying. So back to the point of manifestation. Like, I used to think manifesting was literally about writing down something 20 times, rolling it up, and being like, okay, it's gonna come true. Because I would be like, I want to have $2,000. I want my business to make $2,000 a month in 6 months. That's random, like it doesn't make sense, whatever. But I'm just saying that to say like, I just thought that I could do that and fold it together and leave it alone and be like, whatever. But then I realized, no, It's not like that. It's more so, okay, I do want to write down these things that I want in life, but I'm going to write down these experiences and these wealth and abundance that I want, and also how it's going to look and how it's going to feel in my life. And then I have to live in the reality where I have that. So if I had that, what would I be doing to sustain that? Like, back to the quote, you cannot become what you need to be by remaining the same. How did I expect to get $2,000 more in my business? What was I doing differently? What were the actions that lead up to that manifestation? So it was like, okay, what qualities am I going to have that are going to help me make sure I do these actions every day? And then it was, okay, we're going to do this on a consistent basis. We're going to keep the focus. We're going to stay consistent. Now, that doesn't mean every single day, 5 days a week. Like, I had to realize that I couldn't put myself in a place to where I was trying to do everything at once and think I was going to succeed. I had to be realistic with myself. I'm delusional in my dreams in life, but in a good way. But I'm realistic with how much I can put on myself at one time without burning out, without going crazy. Now, that beginning part of the manifestation, where what I thought it was when I said, oh, I would write it down and let it go and it's going to happen. That part slightly applies. It's like, okay, I wrote it down. I have the actions and the habits and the qualities that this new version of me would be doing if I were to have this manifestation. Now I am letting it go. I'm letting go of that goal and I'm just doing the things. I'm doing the things that I visualize will make me this other person. And I'm not worrying about what comes about. That's where you have to let go, because you're either going to inhibit it from coming or you're going to limit what does come. I just recently got to the point where I'm like, I know this is going to happen for me. Stop worrying about how it's going to happen. I know this is going to happen for me. This is the things that I'm going to do that's going to get me there. And I'm just waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting and I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the process. I'm seeing the small changes, the small accomplishments, and I'm celebrating. And I'm happy because I know I'm getting closer to where I'm going to be. And realizing once I kind of let go of when it was going to happen, because that was my problem before. I'm like, I need it by this time. I need it by that time. I need this to happen. I had a problem with the amount of control that I wanted to have over the things that are not in my control. I can control what I do every day. I can control how I show up. I can control what I give to the world. I can control how I love, but I cannot control things outside of me. I cannot control how someone else reacts. I cannot control when that thing is going to come to me, but it will. And that's all I need to know. Sometimes I like to compare manifestation to religious beliefs, and the beliefs that align with your manifestation. How are you going to show up every day believing that? Like a religious belief. You have something you believe. And because, I'm just going to use Christianity, because you're a Christian, you believe certain things in the Bible. You believe you should go to church. You believe you should pray. You believe you should be abstinent before marriage. Not my cup of tea, but that's certain Christians. So you're going to do those things because those are your beliefs, because that aligns with your belief in a Christian God and a Jesus that resurrected, etc., etc. So if you believe you're going to be famous, if you believe you are going to be changing the industry, changing your industry for the better, if you believe you're going to be the first person to do this, what aligns with that? What other beliefs, what other actions align with that? Okay, if I believe I'm going to do this, okay, that person that is that famous person, that is that inspiration, she goes and takes classes for public speaking. She posts every day. She gets up in the morning early. She uses her time wisely. She manages her money wisely. Those are the actions that are connected to the manifestation that you have to start being a part of. Or that belief is not true. Then you don't actually believe that. If you're not doing those things, then you don't believe in that woman that's going to be famous, that's going to be whatever. Let's be true. It's really the internal integrity, because no one else is telling you to do it but you. And it can be hard because life be lifing. But I hope you made that connection the way that when I first thought of it that way, I made that connection. I was like, oh shit, that makes sense. Beliefs align with actions. And what are those actions? Am I doing those actions? If I'm not, then I don't believe. Like, it's so easy for some people to believe God has got it all handled. Believe in your fucking self. I'm not saying don't believe in God. I'm just saying like do the same here. If you have an undeniable belief in the unknown, how can you not have an undeniable belief in yourself and your abilities? You know? Watching that back, I sound so aggressive. I just meant to, like, if you believe in God and the same kind of faith that you have in that, have in yourself too, because sometimes I think that we can take power away from ourselves in this physical life due to our beliefs, when two things can coexist at the same time. And like, you have to be willing to also see yourself as that powerful person who can do all these things and believe that you can do all these things in order to like manifest. Act like the person that has already achieved those things. What is she gonna do? Who would she be? Be her, and everything else is gonna start flowing in. You get what I'm saying? Because I've had this. Sometimes you're going to manifest things that you can't even hold on to because you're not prepared. You're not ready to keep that thing consistently because you haven't created the lifestyle, or you haven't created the habits and routines that are going to help you nourish that manifestation and have it continue to grow. And of course, that's going to be work. It's all going to be over time. You're going to grow, you're going to change, you're going to get better at things, but you got to start somewhere. So I'm telling you, start now, honey. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents on manifestation, because for the longest I was like, some of it's not sitting right with me, and I'm just sitting with myself like, okay, I'm listening, I'm taking in other people's advice, and I'm also feeling like what I feel, listening to my intuition on what is really manifestation. And I'm interested in you guys. Like, do you feel like, what's like the worst manifestation gimmick that you've heard of? Because there's some crazy ones out there, and maybe it does work from some. But for me, I guess, as I said, it's all based on what you believe. What do you believe? But I'm interested, like, how has manifestation worked in your life? Is there anything that was so crazy that you're like, whoa, how did I get here? But I'd love to hear your stories on when those things did manifest for you, or things that you're struggling with now. Let's talk about it. I'll see y'all down there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good, nice, cozy night. I'm about to get ready to go to a kickback. Friend's birthday. I'm about to make some Ferrero Rocher cupcakes. If you'd like to see that recipe, I got you. I'll link it in the comments below, the blog post. But yeah, go ahead. Maybe tonight will be a nice day for you to write down your manifestations, get yourself in that mindset, and make you some cupcakes and enjoy them all at the same time. Sounds good to me. All right, I'm done rambling. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. Bye.